You might hear some people call them great empires, but these empires were built on extreme violence. The Assyrians ruled a fragile empire which was surrounded by enemies, and believing that terror prevented a rebellion, they used fear as strategy. Anyone who rebelled was flayed alive with their skin being displayed on city walls. If that wasn't bad enough, others would be impaled or burned alive, with the only merciful execution being a decapitation. The kings would also record their brutality on stone carvings and even in text. This was to send a very clear message: resist once, suffer forever. Mongols relied on quick action and psychological warfare, as massacres would reduce the resistance in the future, meaning the only way you could survive would be to surrender. Cities that would resist would completely be exterminated, whereas civilians alongside soldiers were slaughtered, with survivors being used as human shields in the following siege. They would stack skulls into towers, libraries were destroyed so much so that the rivers ran black with ink, and with the strategy of spreading terror faster, even faster than their armies needed to move, they conquered half of the known world at the time. Lastly, the Roman Empire. Arguably the most violent on this list in my opinion, they valued order over life. Disobedience was dealt with absolutely mercilessly. They would crucify people for maximum suffering and display. Others were suffocated over a period of days as crowds watched, and after rebellions, people were executed by the thousands. They would also normalize death as a form of entertainment in form of gladiator games, where a person, usually a slave or a criminal, would be thrown into this thing called the Colosseum, where they would fight for their lives, sometimes against deadly animals, as people in the seats of the auditorium watched and cheered. The Romans didn't just punish their enemies, they made examples out of them. But who do you think was worse?